Welcome back to the WSBA Accounting Working Group podcast. I'm your host, Sean Stein Smith, and I am amped to be joined this month by Alyssa Rambeau, who is the solutions expert at a company that I know quite well. Happy to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, no, and so, by way of introduction, why don't you help us get some background and some context on you and the team over at Gilded.
Sure. So I am, like you said, Alyssa Rambeau, and I am a CPA who is currently serving as the Gilded solutions expert. We are a crypto accounting solution based out of New Orleans that has a mission to onboard the next million businesses to Web3 by providing the financial tools that they need to succeed in this new reality.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I was just going to say we were founded by a group of CPAs and developers who recognize the need, and here we are today, about 4 years later, and just adding one business at a time.
Excellent stuff, Alyssa. And so, on that point, right, there has been a lot going on lately, obviously, in terms of enterprise onboarding of blockchain-based applications, but there also has been quite a bit of volatility out there. And so, on a opportunity or obstacle sort of outlook, right, are there any maybe top 2 or 3 opportunities out there for firms or for entrepreneurs, and then also probably the top 2 obstacles that you are actively seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I like to say the opportunities are endless. There's new things that I couldn't have even dreamed up that are being built every day. But really, during this downtime that we're all experiencing, or downturn of the market that we're experiencing, it's just better to understand the technology and to take this time to learn the technology. I like to think, it's important to focus on the blockchain and how that works, and not just the value of the coins or the NFTs that can be a result of using this technology. So, what I'm hearing a lot of is, let's take this time, let's slow down a bit. Let's use this time to build more and to see what else that we can do with the blockchain. Whether you're a CPA or accounting professional that is bringing on new clients, or if you're an auditor who's looking for new ways to audit transactions, and trying to build out that space to be able to make auditing much easier.
And so, adding on to that point, right, are there any real core traits or core characteristics that have become more common in terms of the external customers asking for in terms of product options? Or are there any certain types of businesses or entrepreneurs out there that are more interested in onboarding blockchain-based tools or other crypto asset applications instead of others?
Yeah, so I work mainly with the CPAs and the accounting pros who are onboarding Web3 clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these CPAs are generally in the QuickBooks Online space. Mm-hmm. So what happens, and our software integrates nicely with QuickBooks Online, right? So that's why it kind of is a nice partnership there. But usually, I'm seeing that these CPAs are looking for the same kind of traits or the same kind of functionality that your regular accounting software offers and the functionality that's similar of what they're doing today. They want it to be able to easily transfer to the crypto world. So, for example, you think of the blockchain and in some cases, the thousands of transactions that could happen in a day very quickly, because things can happen so quickly. You'll see a lot of these transactions in just one day. So then the accountants I'm working with are like, how do I manage this? And they have a desk or a desktop full of spreadsheets of all of these transactions. And so they look to us to be able to summarize or consolidate or bring together in a nice, easy on the eye kind of view of all these transactions to then be able to bring them over to the general ledger. So we help them with that by putting a spot price on it, attaching a spot price at the time of the transaction, which then, of course, results in wanting balances, month-end balances, quarter-end balances, and how do you really reconcile your balance sheet accounts of these crypto assets if you can't do that, right? If you can't go back in time based on that moment that the crypto was used or traded or disposed of. And so they're looking to us to help them, create those balances and month-end balances, the historical representation of their clients' transactions, and then eventually help them calculate gains and losses. And so that's where we really, our core product does and helps our accountants do that. And then now we're really shifting focus to building a new product, and that's our NFT Ops product, because we're getting a lot more feedback from our NFT creators who are struggling to manage their revenue and their royalty revenue and splits and paying out the designers or the artists on their products. So that's where we are today is focusing on those projects and helping them. And so not just your core accounting, but now taking it to a different level of NFT RevOps or revenue management.
So it kind of strikes. So it's kind of striking me like the whole conversation isn't really on a entrepreneurial basis, right? The whole conversation isn't really focused on the headlines or on any of those possible rules coming out both here and internationally, but actually it's more on how to try to get crypto, blockchain, NFTs to work in the actual business, right? To have it almost be just one other tool as opposed to some new high-tech item, right? Or how's that playing out? Meaning that, is blockchain and are NFTs more and more being treated as an ordinary part of doing business?
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we believe, right? And that's what we're really getting behind is that, talking with especially our NFT creators, all the utilities and the different ways of using NFTs, but also just using the blockchain in general, right? And so, that's why I always I always say, let's not focus on the value of the coins or try to predict the future of a certain coin or an altcoin, that one would say. But really, how do we as accountants and technology professional, folks, how do we dip into this blockchain advancements and make our profession more advanced? And take our profession to the next level. So this is going to become your everyday or your normal usage, is what I'd like to say.
No, and all of that really does highlight just how closely IT, finance, corporate accounting, taxes, audit, how it's all almost sort of merging into one overall area, right? Of how to use tools, be it automation, blockchain, NFTs, how to integrate tools and applications to help the external client, the entrepreneur, or the rest, how to help them make better business choices.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And, we've been at our state society meetings, we've been talking about the blockchain for several years now. And I feel like the message or what we've been saying has not changed much over the last couple of years. But now, that's part of one of my goals is to help, define that or take that message a little further so that we can all become knowledgeable of it and not as scared as maybe some of us have been let's really talk about this and then give others the confidence to build with us.
Mhm. Yeah, excellent points there. And I'm going to put you here on the spot because I heard earlier, that sort of your main focus is not on prices or altcoins or things like that, but I'm going to ask you anyway. In terms of the out, right, for the back half of 2022, are there any or your top 2 or 3 predictions as we enter the back half of 2022?
Right. Yeah. I saw someone asking that on Twitter yesterday, and I jokingly said, let me go grab my crystal ball. I'll be right back, And because obviously we all want to think that we're going to come out of this crypto winter soon, maybe by the end of the fourth quarter, by the end of 22, we will be out of that, and we'll start seeing this uptick again. I'd like to believe that Bitcoin has seen its bottom out, but like I said, I haven't even seen today's value, so I can't tell you if we're up or down today, because I know that we're going to be here no matter what. And we're going to be supporting all those people who are, the believers still. And so, so maybe by the end of 22, we'll be back out of this winter, and hopefully our economy in general will be in a better place. And then we'll see what's next for crypto. I've been trying to pick my CEO's brain, Hildebrand, his brain, to say, well, what do you think is next? And really, what we keep saying is we're going to take the journey with the NFT creators, and we're going to take the technology along with it, and just put it in the hands of as many people as we can. And so therefore, we're going to be building, and we'll be here for you at the end of 22, the end of 23, and in the future, no matter what the value is.
Excellent points. And I'm a pretty optimistic guy myself, so I always love a upbeat now it absolutely it's absolutely been a blast having you here on the podcast. Definitely have to have you on in the future, and hopefully you'll have some more optimistic outlooks for us. Thank you again,
Absolutely.
Elizabeth.
Yes, thank you so much. It was fun.